Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on day 3 of the Craven meeting here on Thursday. It is April the 20th, 2017. Gonna look at all the races on today's program from Newmarket, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. We have 7 races to look at, starting off with race number 1, the 150 from Newmarket. It's the Bet365.com handicap. It's a Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $24,500 for 3-year-olds only, rated 81 to 100. We have a field of 9 horses going the 1,200 meter trip or 6 furlongs on the Rally Mile course. My top pick in this one, I like the 8 horse Storm Cry. I'm going to go 849 in the TriCast or the trifecta, 849, but my top pick, number 8, Storm Cry, 10 to 1 here. Joe Fanning for Mark Johnston, the Streels filly out of Poet's Voice. Most recently on the 22nd of September at Newmarket, 7 furlongs in a filly conditions race for Class 2 horses. This horse finished 4th by 4 lengths that day. Showed some enthusiasm a little bit early on in the race. I think with the lesser, with a furlong less today, this horse should have run a little bit of a better race. I think this horse will really turn into a better sprinter kind of horse. But, some furlongs I think just was a little bit too long for this horse. Cutting back today, this horse should have a better run. Start for Doncaster's 10th the 8th, 6.5 furlongs in a Class 2 fillies handicap. This horse finished second by half length behind Glitter Girl. Just missed. Disappointing beat, but, today this horse should have a better run. And then at Leicester, 6 furlongs, August 25th in the fillies handicap Class 4. This horse finished 3rd by 4 3/4 lengths as a heavy favorite, and just did not show up, did not do anything. Got 3rd, but out of luck, basically. I think today this horse should have a very good run. Her only victory came at Ripon over the summer, and just a maidens fillies race, won by 6 lengths, 53 cents to the dollar, easy victory. If she runs that race today, she wins easy here. Like I said, cutting back in distance today to 6 furlongs off the layup. I think this horse should have a very good run. So to recap my bets for the first from Newmarket, the 150 post times, Bet365.com handicap. I'm going to go with the 8 horse Storm Cry. I'm going to go 849 in the TriCast of the trifecta. To race number 2 now from Newmarket, the 225 post time. It's the Bet365 handicap. Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse $24,500 for 4-year-olds and upward, rated 91 to 105. Field of 7 horses going the 1,400 meter trip or 7 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 3 horse Castle Harbor. I'm going to go 325 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 325. But my top pick, number 3, Castle Harbor, 5 to 1. La Franco de Torre, Frankie de Torre is on this John Gosden trained 4-year-old gelding out of Kilachi. Hopefully I said that right. But, this horse is making his second start of the season, most recently on the 1st of April at Doncaster, yielding going 1 mile in the Doncaster Mile, and that listed Doncaster Mile. This horse finished 9th by 9 3/4 lengths that day, and really just did not show up. It just wasn't his day to win first start off the layoff. I think today, second off the layoff, he should have a better run. He's run some very nice races here at Newmarket, or, one very nice race at Newmarket. But start for November 12th at Lingfield, 1 mile in a Class 2 handicap. This horse finished 8th by 7 3/4 lengths as the favorite. Really, just wasn't himself that day. Really weakened out of it. This horse is a better turf horse, I think. And then Doncaster, October 22nd, 7 furlongs in Class 3 conditions. Horse finished 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths. Really was closing up that day. If he had the advantage of a mile that day, I think he would have won. But it was his first start since June the 15th also. That came at Royal Ascot, 7 furlongs in the Jersey Stakes. This horse ran a decent 6th place finish that day behind Ribchester. He held his own out in that very tough field. But, he's winner of his 2 before that, 1 at York and 1 at Newmarket about a year ago on the 12th of April. 7 furlongs on a soft going and maiden Class 4. Horse won by length with Frankie Torre. Very nice victory. This horse has won twice. Both starts Frankie was up. I think he's going to run a big one here today at 5 to 1. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the second, the 225 from Newmarket, it's the Bet365 handicap. Going to go with the 3 horse Castle Harbor. I'm going to go 325 in the TriCast or the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 3. The third race, the 3 o'clock post time from Newmarket, is the Connaught Access Flooring Abernant Stakes. It's a Group 3 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $74,000. That's for fillies, 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs. This is where your sprinters are coming back here in the UK. There's a horse that looks very hard to beat, and that's the 2-horse Brando. He's a heavy favorite, so I'm going to use him here. So number 2, Brando's my top pick. Going to go 2, 4, 5 in the tricast or the trifecta. 2, 4, 5. But number 2, Brando, this 5-year-old gelding, ridden by Tom Eves, trained by Kevin Ryan. His 5-year-old gelding at a Pivotal, making his first start of the year, most recently on October the 15th at Ascot, 6 furlongs in the British Champion Sprint Stakes. This horse ran a decent third-place finish by length behind the Tin Man, who ran incredibly well, probably his best race ever, the Tin Man. There's actually 2 Tin Mans, the Sprinter in the UK, and about 2005 or 6, he won the another Tin Man horse in America, based in California, won the Arlington Million, a very nice, gelding kind of horse. But this Tin Man, this horse lost to the Tin Man that day. He held his own out for a third-place finish, but, stepping down in loads class today, he should have run a better race. Start before at Air, 6 furlongs, September the 17th at a Class 2 handicap. Horse won by 1/4 lengths, upset at 11-1. Very nice closing kick that day. And then at York, on the 19th of August, 5 furlongs in the Nunth Rope Stakes. Horse finished 9th by 6.5 lengths. That was probably one of the best sprinting races in the UK of the whole season. Really couldn't keep up with them. Lost to Mecca's Angel 2 starts in a row. Lost to Lamar. It just wasn't his day to win. This horse won 3 times last year. One of the wins came about a year ago at the Craven meeting here in Newmarket very nicely. With the class drop, this horse should have a very good start. That Newmarket start was very good last year, and this horse also won the Carl Charge at Sandown last July. Watch out for this one to run a big one here today. So to recap my bets for the 3rd from Newmarket, it's the 3 o'clock post time. It's the Connet Access Flooring Abernant Stakes. Going to go with the 2-horse Brando. Going to go 2, 4, 5 in the tricast of the trifecta. To race number 4 now, the 3:55 post time. It's the featured, 3:30. What did I say? 3:55 or 3:35? I'm not even listening to myself. It's the 3:35 post time from Newmarket, the 4th race, the featured of the meet. It's the Bet365 Craven Stakes. It's a Group 3 race here, going for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $74,000. Can't speak all of a sudden. It's for 3-year-olds, colts, and geldings only. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the Rowley Mile turf course, which is actually a little over a mile. I think it's about 10 furlongs. This is a great race, and you have a favorite of the 2 horses in this race that are the favorite, Riva and War Decree. I like War Decree in this spot, so number 7, War Decree, will be my top selection. I'm going to go 7-6-3 in the tricast and the trifecta, 7-6-3, and this is going to be a trifecta I might play heavy on, because I think it's very hittable this race, so I might play a $5 tricast. So 7-6-3, but my top pick, number 7, War Decree, 2-1. Ryan Moore's on this Aidan O'Brien train, 3-year-old colt out of Warfront, Coolmore owned, most recently at the Glorious Goodwood meet on the 26th of July. Firm going, 7 furlongs, 1,400 meters in the Vintage Stakes. Horse won by 1 3/4 lengths. Easy victory. That's just destroyed the field, beating Thunder Snow. We all know Thunder Snow did after that. Won the UAE Guineas, won the UAE Derby. I believe on the road to either it might run in. I read somewhere most recently, Thunder Snow might run in the 2000 Guineas, or might actually go to the Derby. I think they're leaning towards the Kentucky Derby here in America. But this horse just destroyed the field that day. Biggest question is, he's on almost like a 9-month layoff. I don't think this should be a problem. I think, Aidan O'Brien's a genius with these horses, and I think this horse should have a very good run. Start 4 is only starting the UK at Newmarket, July 9th, 7 furlongs in the Superlative Stakes. This horse finished 2nd by 3/4 length behind Boyton. Really couldn't catch him that day, the winner. But he ran a decent 2nd place finish, and then his first career run at Leopardstown, 7 furlongs, June 3rd in maiden race. Horse won by 1.5 lengths with Dominic O'Brien up that day. 2-1 favorite, easy victory. He's been his favorite the last 3 starts in a row. I think in this spot, this horse should have a very good run, so watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 4th, the 3:35 from Newmarket, it's the Craven Stakes, the Group 3 Craven Stakes. Going to go with the 7 horse here, War Decree. Going to go 7-6-3 in the tricast or the trifecta. To race number to race number 5 now, the 5th race, the 410 from Newmarket. It's the Russ Dales Maidens Fillies Stakes. It's Class 4 Maidens Fillies race here, going for a purse of $10,000. It's for maidens 3-year-old fillies only. Field 9 horses going the 7 furlong distance, or 1,400 meters on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 4-horse Mena Hale. Hopefully I said that right. Pardon me if I didn't. I'm going to go 4-2-8 in the tricast, or the trifecta, 4-2-8. But number 4, Mena Hale, 5-2. Jim Crowley for Charles Hill. Most recently on the 1st of April at Kempton, 7 furlongs and maidens fillies race. This horse finished second by 2 3/4 lengths, and really couldn't catch the winner that day. But I think second start of her career, she should do well, and I think this horse is more bred for turf. She's out of Dubawi here, which I think the distance should be, everything points to this horse doing well here today. Like I said, second off the lap, this horse should have a very good run, and the pedigree is meant for turf. Just throw out that last one. Watch out for this one to run a big one here today. So to recap my bets for the 5th. From Newmarket, it's the 410 post time. It's the Rosedale's Maidens Filly Stakes. Gonna go with the 4-horse Mena Hale. Gonna go 4-2-8 in the tricast, or the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Newmarket. The 6th race to 4:45 is the Bet365 EBF Stallions Maiden Stakes. Class 4 maiden race here, going for a purse $10,000. It's for maidens 3-year-olds, which are EBF eligible. Field of 12 horses, a dozen of them going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters, or 1 mile and 1/4 on the turf course, or a mile 2 furlongs, or 10 furlongs, whatever you want to go by. My top pick in this one, I like the 9-horse Peeler. I'm going to go 9-6-2 in the tricast, or the trifecta, 9-6-2. But my top pick, number 9, Peeler, Robert Tart, is on this John Gosden trained 3-year-old colt. Most recently on the 5th of April, Wolverhampton, 2,400 meters, or a mile and a half, in a Class 5 maiden auction. This horse finished second by 1/2 lengths. That's 17 cents to the dollar. Was betting to the ground. And that race could have been a stakes race that day, Wolverhampton. This horse lost to Jukebox Jive, who just ran a hell of a race, but this horse was closing up on him. I think coming back in distance should be okay for this horse, and I also think going to turf should be even better for this horse. Her only other offering, or his other offering, came on October the 9th at Goodwood. Good going. Mile and 1/8, or 1,800 meters, 9 furlongs in a Class 4 maiden race. This horse finished second by 1/4 lengths that day. And, he held his own closing up that day, but needed a little extra ground. I think coming today, breaking from the barrier post position number 1, this horse should have a very good start. Second off the layoff, cutting back in distance. So to recap my bets now for race number 6. From Newmarket, it's the Bet365 EBF Stallions Maiden Stakes. Going to go with the 9-horse Peeler. Going to go 9-6-2 in the tricast, of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 7, the 7th race, the final race of the Craven meeting from Newmarket. The 5:20 post time, it's the Close Brothers Premium Finance 40th Anniversary Handicap. Class 4 handicap here, going for a purse $12,500. It's for 3-year-olds only, rated 71-85. Field of 16 horses going the 1 mile, or 1,600 meter trip on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 1-horse Shamarook. I'm going to go 1-7-10 in the tricast, or the trifecta, 1-7-10. But my top pick, number 1, Shamarook, Al Shakab owned, John Gosden trained, Frankie Dettori on this 3-year-old colt out of Invisible Spirit. He's making his first start in about 6 weeks or so. Most recently on the all-weather Chelmsford City, March 11th, 1 mile in a Class 3 handicap. This horse finished 4th by 5 3/4 lengths that day. Was closing up a tiny bit that day, but just needed a little extra kick. And plus, Chelmsford City is the kind of race course where, the closers don't really do that well there. I think on this turf course, he'll do a lot better with a good closing kick. Start 4 at Wolverhampton, mile 8 on February 25th at a Class 4 handicap. Horse finished second by Haddon. Just missed. Disappointing beat that day. But, it's just a disappointing beat that day. And then start 4 at Newcastle, January 25th, 1 mile in a Class 5 maiden. Horse won by 5 lengths, 62 cents to the dollar. Easy victory that day. Against the bias, also breaking from post position number 2, which you don't really see when horses winning from the inside post going a mile at Newcastle. I know you want higher numbers at Newcastle. This horse went against the norm there. But I think in this spot, this horse should have a very good run back to turf, or first start on turf. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 7th from Newmarket, it's the 5:20 post time. It's the Close Brothers Premium Finance 40th Anniversary Handicap. Going to go with the 1-horse Shamrook. Going to go 1-7-10 in the tricast, or the trifecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.